Welcome back to Affordable Walkable Cities, NOLA edition. If you want to know what qualifies as affordable or walkable, check the video in the description. And the entire city doesn't have to be walkable, although New Orleans comes pretty close. Instead, we're going to focus on neighborhoods within the city where you can basically live car-free. So if you've been asking yourself lately, where should I live? Allow me to share why you should consider New Orleans, Louisiana. Lafcadio Heard in the 1800s said about New Orleans, quote, "Times are not good here. The city is crumbling into ashes. It has been buried under taxes and frauds and maladministrations, so that it has become a study for archaeologists. But it is better to live here in sackcloth and ashes than to own the whole state of Ohio," unquote. Sorry, Ohio. He said it, not me. New Orleans is full of interesting characters, willing to live in a climate that feels like a bowl of hot mayonnaise with crumbling infrastructure in exchange for unmatched freedom and culture. It feels like you are in an entirely different country due to the heavy French Creole influence. There's a unique character, cuisine, architecture, and style. You just have to go and see it for yourself. It is highly walkable since it was founded and designed by French colonists in 1718, way before the automobile was even conceived of. Streetcars have been an important part of the city's public transit system since the early 1800s. Let's jump right into the best neighborhoods and how they provide excellent walkability, bikeability, and access to transit. The Garden District and Lower Garden District is a historical residential neighborhood just upriver from the French Quarter and Central Business District. It has iconic architecture and oak tree-lined streets. Often it can feel like you're in one giant museum taking in all the history and attractions at every turn. In fact, there are tours that go through the neighborhood quite often. You can walk, bike, or take the streetcar to the French Quarter for Mardi Gras, a Pelicans or Saints game, and the World War II Museum. The St. Charles streetcar line is the city's longest and the world's oldest continuously operating street railway system. It opened in 1835, and it's only $1.25 to ride. However, there is no air conditioning. Talk about a rolling sauna in the summertime. Oh, and don't ever expect it to be on time. In the Garden District, you can walk to the grocery store, Bromart, and there's also a Walmart close by. You'll be finding yourself heading towards Magazine Street, which is a 6-mile adventure filled with a mix of vintage shops, bars, grab-and-go restaurants, bakeries, and fine dining. Some of the local favorites are Joey K's for a po' boy, Rum House for Caribbean tacos, and Surrey's Cafe and Juice Bar. The Garden District doesn't have many large apartment buildings, but it is filled with charming shotgun homes and cottages. It's not uncommon to see a 2-bedroom house rent for less than $2,000 a month in this neighborhood. From the Garden District, we're going to head north towards Lake Pontchartrain and hit Mid-City, Bayou St. John neighborhoods. Giant oak trees line the thoroughfares like Banks and Canal Street. This neighborhood is great because it's centrally located and you can get just about anywhere in the city within 10 or 15 minutes by using public transit, like the Canal Streetcar. It began operating in 1861 but ceased operations in 1964. The city brought it back in 2004 and it's really accelerated the development in the area. There are bike lanes down Bienville and St. Louis Street that will connect you to the Lafitte Greenway. Lafitte Greenway is a 2.6-mile linear park located in the heart of New Orleans that connects the French Quarter to Mid-City and gets you very close to City Park. New Orleans City Park is 1,300 acres, making it one of the largest urban parks in the United States. The park is home to the New Orleans Botanical Garden, Arboretum, Museum of Art, and some of the oldest and largest live oak trees in the world. You have quirky neighborhood bars like Banks, Finn's, and Mix, iconic restaurants like Mandina's, Venezia, and Parkway Bakery and Tavern. Once again, $2,000 or less will get you a very nice 2-bedroom shotgun next to the streetcar line in this neighborhood. Just take a look at these homes. Charming as all get out. It was pretty difficult to pick only a couple of neighborhoods in New Orleans, as there's over 70 neighborhoods and they're all pretty dang walkable, like Marigny, Bywater, or the French Quarter. Biking in New Orleans is a mixed bag. They have a decent amount of bike lanes, but they aren't protected really, just some pain on the road. However, I'm sure once you get more familiar with the back roads and neighborhood streets, I bet biking in New Orleans is amazing. I can just see myself now cruising through empty yet very bumpy streets with those adorable homes and plenty of shade on my way to eat some crawfish etouffee and cornbread. You also have the Mississippi River Trail, which is a 60-plus mile paved path, but it's not quite 100% connected, even though there are definitely long enough stretches for an enjoyable ride. The way I see it is New Orleans isn't for everybody. In fact, New Orleans really isn't for most people, but for that special segment of the population, it's the best city in the world. So are you ready to move to the Big Easy? I can't wait to see the comments on this one. What city will be next?